In the 2 years since I've left medicine, I've learned a lot of things I wished I would have known 2 years ago. And we're gonna get into that today. But first, we need a quick review. Back in the fall of 2022, I quit my job as a practicing physician so I could go find out who I was. I never wanted to be a doctor, and I went to medical school pretty much to please my family. That right there is a long story, and one that I've written about thoroughly on my website, fightmastermd.com, if you want to read more. But I'll give you the cliff notes. I left medicine to go find out what I wanted to do with my life. Since then, I've written 160 essays and published my first book this year, while starting a furniture company where I buy, sell, and refinish furniture. But most importantly, I do feel like I'm getting closer to the answers that I sought whenever I left medicine. And if anything, I've learned a lot in the past 2 years. Who could be wise with another man's experience? Not I. First lesson, it's hard to start doing something else with your life when the previous 8 years of your life were dedicated to something else. It's been hard out here in the after medicine wilderness. I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. It's actually been way harder than I ever would have guessed this was gonna be. A lot of days, I miss the structure of clinic. I miss the rhythm of seeing patients. I miss knowing exactly what I needed to study to make an A in a course. It was all laid out for me. And nothing has been laid out for me ever since I left medicine. You know what I don't miss though, is the doubt. I never think about anymore if I'm wasting my life. Now, it might sound kind of crazy to think you're wasting your life as a physician where you're helping other people, but I had this sense that I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I wasn't doing the thing I was supposed to be doing with my life. Now, I never doubt that I'm trying. I know that I'm in the process of figuring it out. And inside of that, there's been a peace that I never had while I was in medicine. Knowing that every single day I'm responsible for my life and that I'm trying has been the single most important factor in reducing the resentments that I had. If you're waiting on anyone else to come along and fix your life, to tee up your life, to set everything up perfectly for you, you're gonna be waiting a very, very, very long time. You might even end up going to medical school. You could end up becoming a psychiatrist, like me, and you'll still be waiting. Leaving behind something that's known to go after something that's unknown will never be easy. Accept this from the beginning. It's gonna save you a lot of suffering, a lot of heartache, but remember this too, it's worth it. Lesson number 2, finding out what you want to do, or who you are for that matter, will take time. Only right now, 2 years after I left medicine, at 35 years old, am I beginning to sense what it is I actually want to go do with my life. It's not how I looked at this 2 years ago though. Right after I quit medicine, I thought I was gonna magically walk into this beautiful, resentment-free life, feel fulfilled, happy, purposeful, engaged all the time. I was ecstatic for about 2 weeks, but this was happy in the absence of dread. This was not happy because of purposeful work. This was happy because I just wasn't in medicine anymore and suffering. Like I said, that lasted 2 weeks. It was a really good 2 weeks. It's only been after I've written 160 different essays and newsletters and even published a book that I've begun to understand that writing is what I want to go and explore next. The want to pursue that desire took a long time to materialize. It's taken every bit of the last 2 years. Now, I'm doing whatever I can to launch a career in writing. And it was only last week while I was shopping around a furniture donation store, looking for another dresser that I could fix, flip, and sell, that I had a thought to myself that was, what the hell, man? Why are you in here working on furniture? You should be writing. That only showed up last week. Again, this is August. I left medicine 2 falls ago, which that leads into my 3rd lesson. Finding out what it is you want to do only happens after you stop doing what you don't want to do. If I know anything for sure after the last 2 years, it's that you can't make progress in finding something you love while you willingly go to work doing something you hate. These are the rules. This is how it works. Once you know that you're done, that you are officially ready to go start a new career somewhere, when you have tried every avenue, that's when it's time to turn the page. And I was ready, but the progress in my life didn't start until after I'd had that page turned. In the uncertainty, I hoped that I would find the answers that I was looking for, but I had no assurances. And you're not gonna get any assurances either. We don't get to know how it's all gonna work out because we're the ones that have to go make it work out. I was making nothing work out while I was continuing to do a job that I didn't want to do anymore. Again, these are not my rules. I wish they were different. I didn't make them up. Last lesson. I have learned that I need the physician part of me. I would fight to the death to keep the experience that was being a psychiatrist. I needed that. It gave me the chance to go do what I'm doing now, which is trying to be who I am. In the past 2 years, I've noticed I feel a lot more like myself when I leave room for the parts of me that are a physician, that are a psychiatrist. I really enjoyed a lot of that job. All of it? No, obviously not. I wouldn't be doing this. I may not ever practice medicine again or practice psychiatry again, but I'll always be a psychiatrist. Can't take the psychiatrist out of me at this point. You can't memory hole your past experience just because you want to. We only get to choose if we want to use it or not. And ultimately, I do, whether it be making furniture or writing. Thanks for watching today's video. I am always here as a resource, here to support you as you try to go build this next chapter of your life. If you'd like to support my channel, the best way to do that is subscribing, liking this video, dropping a comment, all of those things help me a ton. Let's go live a life we love.